Hello, you huggable lollipops. I am Joseph the Huggist, and this is, well, my new series. Is it series? It's my new show, Plug and Let's Play. So I really like plug and plays, and ooh, this is. So this is an old one. This is from 2004. This is what a lot of people like. This one. It's the Namco plug and play. Most plug and plays only have mono sound, so I'm playing this in mono right now, and I'm talking and playing, so I'm not going to be very good, I bet. But most plug and plays have mono sound, so I'm listening through this with one earphone, with basically one headphone. I do plan on changing that. I eventually will get another, like a converter for that, but I didn't have one and I really wanted to start this show. So, plug and play, the plug and let's play is, oh, that was cool. I grew up in the era where plug and plays were very, very common. Oh, I didn't turn where I wanted. And now they're still around. They're modern plug and plays, like the PlayStation 1 Classic, NES Classic, and NES Classic. Those are modern plug and plays. What I consider a plug and play is a system where all you have to do is buy the system and the games are already on it. No anything else. That's what I consider a plug and play. So on my show, I want to play some of the classic plug and plays, some of the newer plug and plays, and just pretty much, oh, I got myself into a pickle there, pretty much go for as many different games as possible and just have some fun. And honestly, I'm really excited about this one because I have this big plug and play collection, and I don't really have a reason to use it regular days because I have like every other console. But I think these are cool nostalgia items for me, especially. This Pac-Man game especially. My sister got this one for, oh, why did I run? I had power there. My sister got this for Christmas. She got the card key one. This is not the same exact one that she had. This is the one that I found at a Goodwill. And it's not the car key activated. I still have the car keys. I don't know how I ended up with the car keys, but I did. And I think these systems are kind of cool because this one I'm using an actual joystick, so I sort of feel like I'm at an arcade, but lesser, significantly lesser, obviously. It's definitely not, wow, they caught me there. It's definitely not made for HD TVs, and that's alright. I'm upscaling it through a converter. But for me, I kept some of my old plug and plays, and then most of them I've just found in oh wow, I'm lucky most of them I found in thrift stores, like this one I found in the thrift store. There's an Atari one I found in the thrift store. I kept a lot of my Sega Genesis ones, which will be really fun. I want to do another Sonic series, like Sonic one. I have a Sonic gameplay series, the original one. And it's kind of weird. When I started my channel, I'm like, I want to be unique, so I'm gonna do some weird stuff. So I put a weird filter on it, and it looks pretty bad. And I want to redo that and do it. Originally I wasn't even planning on doing Let's Plays, but I found this to be therapeutic for the most part. Oh, I got trapped. Therapeutic for the most part. That's basically why I do it. And I could get 0 views and I'll be happy. I can get 1 view and I'll be happy. So honestly, this game, when I was younger, I got really good at this game. It's been many years since I've played it on a daily basis. It's an easy... Oh, I got trapped. Shit. It's an easy game to zone out to. So, I would put this, a Namco plug and play, on a exercise bike with me, and I just play this for a half an hour a day while I'm exercising with my legs out. And then I got a job where I walk 10 miles a day, and I'm sort of I can't take that much exercise. I need my legs to rest because when I get home I can barely walk. So the NES Classic's gonna be used on this, and there's some NES games I've never tried out, and there's some PlayStation games I've never tried out, and I know the PlayStation 1 Classic is awful. I don't know. My brother bought it brand new, and I was like, bro, I know you have that PlayStation Classic. I want to start a new series called Plug and Let's Play, and wow, he really went fast there. Plug and Let's Play, and I would like it because the first actual game I want to complete on there is Metal Gear Solid. It's, along with Sonic the Hedgehog, is my favorite game of like all time. I've played those games more than any. The first one. I'm one of the rare few that actually love Sonic 1 more than I love Sonic 2. So I was like, I do all this. I was like, he knows I just spent a few grand on my car, so I couldn't afford to buy one. And I'm like, do you want to like trade something for it? Because I do have a massive video game collection, and it's bigger than his. It's bigger than a lot of people's, and it's not like worth anything spectacular. Like, what do you want for it? He's like, do you have... I know you still have it. Do you have all our Guitar Hero stuff from when we were kids? I'm like, yeah, sure. I have, I even have an extra PlayStation 2 if you want it. So, I ended up trading him Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, the PlayStation 2 guitar, the PlayStation 2 in box. I had the original one in box, 2 controllers and memory card. And then because I was like, I looked at my Guitar Hero stuff and it had dust on it. I was like, here's the PlayStation 3 ones too. And I know he has a PlayStation 3 because when I go and watch his dog, that's what I use. Even though he has a 4, I'm like, his 3 is linked up with my account and stuff. So his 3 is basically already a PlayStation 1 Classic because I have vast majority of those games digital. So I'm like, here's Guitar Hero World Tour for PS3 plus... Oh, shit. Plus Metallica Guitar Hero and the guitar. And the vast majority of that stuff had dust because I know I played it within the last year, but it just sits around most of the time. So I traded all that for PlayStation 1 Classic. Just, oh, I thought I still had the power. Just so I can do this show with one of my favorite games of all time. And that doesn't mean emulators. I'm not going to use any system that's emulated. My only caveat is I want to use stuff that's, like, hopefully officially licensed. I might run into some things at thrift stores where I don't know it's not officially licensed. But that's the only, like, thing I really want. I want to try and stay officially licensed, which means there's going to be a lot of Sega games I'm going to come across, because there's, like, Sega games for Sega plug and plays for days. Alright. Oh, fuck, I forgot all about that one. Juked him. Got the pellet. Wow, it's been 10 minutes already? Damn. My goal is to get 2 of these episodes out a week for Tuesday, Thursday. I thought that would be pretty cool. Plus, I have Wednesdays is the only show where you see me on camera. That's Secondhand Gaming. If you come across this and this is the only thing you've seen, I have a Wednesday show where I talk about my thrift store finds and stuff. eBay finds, all my game hunting finds. I'm alright with it. Plus, right now with the I'm filming this when Corona's running wild, and this is really helpful just to talk, to know to myself even. Distracts me and keeps me less worried. I came home, I woke up this morning. I live with my parents, and I got up. Oh shit. I got up and I went upstairs and I had breakfast, and I opened up the door and there's just a mountain of toilet paper there, and it's like, my father's not the one, my parents aren't the ones to panic. And they're more in the vulnerable ones more than I am now because of their age. And he was like, I had to buy the toilet paper while I could find it, because I was not able to find it for a long time. So there was like mountains of toilet paper. I'm like, isn't most stores stopping you from buying this much now? And he's like, we don't live in the biggest neighborhoods. It was like, there was more than enough where we were. And honestly, the only thing that I bought was, like, freaked out was, like, if we ended up, there is a quarantine at some point, I bought, like, a few weeks worth of my pop. That's, like, the only thing, because I like Zevia, and it's one of the few things without sugar I can drink. So it'd make the time go way faster for me. Oh shit. So I was like, that's the only thing I would honestly want. So that's what I picked up. And then that stuff is also very expensive too. A case of 24 is $20. Oh, frick. Forgot there was that one down there. Oh, man. So I was at the bank just yesterday, and I needed to pay my car payment. For some reason, I set up online banking with my bank when I was very young, and it was a bad move because now when I actually want to do online banking, they won't let me. Like the person who helped me set it up didn't know what they were doing, and being a man with some mental disabilities, I have a hard time figuring out if something's like, I should do that and I shouldn't do that. And I was like, alright, he works here, maybe I'll do it. So now I have trouble doing online banking, and I don't like to waste a stamp. I drive past the bank I owe money to every day. So I'm like, I'll just stop in and pay for it. So I do that. And there was a person in front of me, I hope he was a customer. I hope he was just raving in there. But he was screaming about how they took away his March Madness and how he was gonna. Ooh, that was my own fault. I was too indecisive there. And then like how everything's overblown. Like I'm standing there, I'm keeping my mouth shut. I'm staying 6 feet back, like most people have been recommending. And looking at him, like he's probably in his 50s, and he's more at risk than I am, and I'm taking this way more seriously. And my brother goes to me, it's like, well, you gotta remember that the people who are here have already survived a lot of epidemics and pandemics before, so they're not. They think, and we both were like, yeah, but they were much younger at the time. So I'm like thinking to myself, man, it's not. Don't be so selfish. It's more of a. I'm very sad that there is no sports and there's no March Madness either. But ultimately, it could save lives. We don't want to overwhelm the healthcare system. Healthcare system. Before they have a chance to fight it, we want to try to keep the number of sick low as possible. It's not to get rid of the sickness, because honestly, if I wasn't living with my parents and I wasn't living with a 90-year-old woman, my grandma lives with us too, I would actually hope to get corona, because I would rather want the antibodies. Want to build the antibodies. And I think it's more selfish for me to hope to get sick just to get those antibodies than it is anything else. But I'm trying to keep away from everyone. So I'm trying to do these things. And then there's these other two people around where I don't know why everyone's going this so overblown, because this is just we've had flus before, and I don't know why it's like that. I'm not sure what happened. Did Mr. Trump or the system just sort of basically go, wow, I did pretty good that one. Oh, like underblow it all that much? Normally when I watch the news, I don't watch American news all that much. I like go to the BBC and I kind of get their perspective, because from what my understanding is that their television channels are government funded and all that. They're not profit funded like ours. They're all government funded, so I pay attention to BBC News and all that. And so I'm paying attention to their news, and I'm listening to what they're saying about the virus and all that. And did our country just deny it and underblow it so much that people don't believe that it's a real thing or whatever? Or I'm not sure. It's a lot of what people can talk about right now. So it's literally everywhere. I was gonna get caught no matter what. Plus, I work with someone who has a kid who's autoimmune exposed, and I do not want to be the one responsible for getting sick and then passing that sickness to him, and then having eventually his kid pass away or something. My biggest gripe with people is if you can really be like, if you can really handle the conscious of potentially causing someone to die, do whatever you want. And I know the stats, like 99 out of 100 people that get it survive, but then it's still, that's that one person, all because someone had to go eat a bat. Isn't that crazy? And they say their small stuff can affect the world. This has been pretty fun for my end. It's been pretty fun. It's like a sort of like a journal, like vlog, whatever. Except I'm playing a game. So I'm coming up with the name. I went and normally I say a lot of weird shit that people just went, that some people ignore, some people are like, that's stupid, Joe, or some people, that's too weird. So normally when I think of a name for stuff, I run it through, like secondhand gaming. I ran that through a lot of people first, and they were like, it was probably like the 10th name I thought of. Outdated tryouts is another thing where I was just want to make sure it's something my own, and I ran that through some people, and it took me a little bit to get that one. This is the first time anyone's always been like, plug in Let's Play. It's like, oh, that's a good one. I'm like, really? That's the first one I thought of. It's a good job. I was like, shit, I didn't have to think of anything else. There's another video I want to make pretty soon, and I'm not going to say what the video is because it's going to be a few months before I get it completed, and it's going to, at this point, it's, I think 100, oh shit, didn't have the power. At this point, it's going to be like, I think $100 or more for all the games I want to get and stuff, and I was thinking of names, and I was like, how about this one? I was like, that's stupid. And I was like, how about this one? That's stupid. How about this one? That's stupid. Like, they kept on telling me my names were getting worse and worse and worse. I'm like, fuck it. How about this? Oh, I got trapped again. And I was like, oh, you finally came up with a good one. I was like, oh, cool. For all the things that I can be creative with, my mind can go in a lot of different directions. Naming is not one. Naming has always been my creative fatal flaw. Like, if I get say if I want to make a creative player in like WWE games, I'm like, what do I name him? I'm like, oh crap, I have no idea. It's like, what's quiz? Like, that sucks, but that's mine. So stuff like that, like Rampage. I'm like, all right. Even the name of my show wasn't something that came up. I mean, the name of my channel wasn't something I came up with. Someone gave me that name, The Huggist, and I was like, what? That's an alright name. And it's not even because I hug a lot. It's because I'm a hug rapist, is what they call me. I used to be. I don't do that more, especially right now. But that's why I got that name, because someone gave it to me. I earned that name in my mind. So and it's super unique. No one else uses that name. So that's why I have that name. But still, names in general, I'm pretty awful at. Which is funny because I have a book. It's called Have Some Grape Juice. It's on Amazon. You can buy it. Don't buy it. If you watch this, you can buy it. Don't buy it. It doesn't bother me. I did do a recording of me reading it, and this was back when I first had videos of me recording it. I never liked the way those videos turned out. Like, you can barely hear me. So I might redo that. And be physically exhausting and post it up here and for fun and stuff. But in my book, it's the 100 nicknames of Joseph P. Morsack, and it's the worst names ever. So my time goal for these is to go... It's either a very good stopping point... Oh, yes! Or a half an hour. That's how long I would like an episode to be. And I'm at like 26 minutes here on my recorder. One of my biggest problems with my channel is I'm not very good at intros. Like, I don't have an intro video. I think I might make an intro. Oh, shoot. That was my own fault. I might make an intro video for this where it's a montage of different plug-and plays and stuff. And honestly, Pac-Man was my second choice because I didn't want to do a 2004 plug-and play until I had the mono to stereo converter, which I'll eventually get, but I just spent so much money, especially for that other video I want to make, that I couldn't afford it right now, and I didn't want to wait super long to do it, so I figured, come on. Oh, crap, I couldn't hit the button to go down fast enough. I couldn't go down fast enough. That's what she said. So, I didn't want to wait to do this. I was really excited about this series. So, one of the first games I wanted to play was an ATS system game. And I will be using the ATS Sega system, by the way, which is horrible sound for some games. Not every game, because most of those games were already released on different plug-and plays with better sound quality. But little warning there. So, I wanted to use an ATS system first, and I wanted to play Space Invaders because I haven't played Space Invaders in a while. But I couldn't get the sound to work on the HDMI. I don't know if it's the way I had everything set up, or if it was the... or if it's the actual system, my setup. I don't know what the deal was. So I pivoted to this, and I think it was a good choice because I'm super relaxed right now. Playing one of the best games of all time. I've died a lot. I doesn't matter. 29 minutes, might as well play one more. It's been many years since I've been really, really good at this game. Oh man, I got surrounded. It's the only girl in a sausage fest there. So I said this on my other show but I always go to assuming that whenever someone watches a video of mine, it's the first time they're ever seen my shit. Most of the time, gonna be the only time. I started doing this when I started recording my gameplay and stuff when I got hurt and I had an ankle injury and I needed to miss a month and I got really bored and I was like, what am I gonna do for a hobby around there? So I was like, on YouTube I was looking through videos, and I've been a fan of the Game Grumps ever since they were first started, from JonTron, and then I'm not a Rabid fan like most people seem to be. Man, I got trapped there. I'm not a Rabid fan, I'm a casual fan. So I was looking around on YouTube and I was like, saw this video where Aaron was in a different video and he's answering questions, and one of the questions is like something around being super easy for being a YouTube gamer or something. Super easy job. And then he was like, if you think it's that easy, give it a try and tell me how easy it is. And I was like, alright, I'll do that. So I started gameplay, and man, I sucked. Started doing gameplay, and it was like, alright, well, that part's not so hard. And then I actually started doing Let's Plays, and like, oh, this part is awful. And then whenever you decide to record something and with the prospect of other people watching, like, everything becomes more judgmental. You become more judgmental. Like, this is actually pretty hard. And I'm like, oh, but I'm kind of enjoying this, so I'll keep doing it. So that's how that started. So, thanks for hanging out with me for a half an hour today. I'll see you next episode, where I'm going to be starting an actual game instead of just, this was just sort of an introduction one. So, bye.